Today's video is regarding reviews and the quality of the new series Fluval Q air pumps. Today is a great day, guys. It's almost the weekend, it's Friday, and I'm in my shop just dinking around with fish stuff. I got a bunch of tanks that I need to organize and a bunch of cool pieces of wood that I found. Here's some tanks. Don't mind the engine behind it. And there's my wood. I'll show you the wood here. This is just some pieces I've been finding along the way. I found this stuff in some ditches, on the side of the road, walking on some trails, on some shorelines, etc. But today's topic of this video is regarding the air pumps made by Fluval. I get a lot of questions regarding air pumps, and that is to be expected because air pumps are super important. You can have, you can add so much filtration to a tank just by adding some sponge filters. And I've gotten a lot of people to realize that, and now you're in search of some good air pumps. And the Fluval series is known as the Q series. I think the Q stands for quiet. I'm not really positive what that stands for, but guys, Fluval makes great products. They've always made great products. Like, I am a fanboy of Fluval. I get a hard time for it sometimes, but I did reach out to some of my moderators of my Facebook groups and asked a bunch of them what they thought of these pumps, and just did some old-fashioned research. And I'm gonna show you guys what I found. Like I said, I reached out to some of my Facebook group moderators, and one of them came back with some really good help. She says, I'm using the Q2 air pump on my larger 75-gallon tank. It has one air output, but I use a T-junction and have two large sponges and an 18-inch air bubble wand. I haven't had to use it in full power yet. It's a reliable and affordable air pump. Not for a fish room, but it's got good reviews in comparison to the Tetras. I also wanted to search for what people were complaining about in the bad reviews of these pumps. And the number one complaint with these pumps is noise. I found that people complain about noise with every aquarium air pump on the planet. My favorite air pump that I told people to buy for years, I had people message me directly saying, this is the loudest air pump I've ever bought, and you're stupid for telling me to buy it. And I'm extremely confident the air pump was awesome. Quiet, air output's awesome, and that's how these Fluval pumps are, to be completely honest. I think where people are screwing up with aquarium air pumps is they need to put something underneath the pump itself, because essentially it's a vibrating air pump, and if you put it on a wood surface, it's going to like amplify the sound. You know, you need to put a fibrous material, say a towel, a sponge, below it and set the pump on top of it, and it absorbs the vibrations. A lot of us seasoned fish keepers know this trick. If you don't know this trick, throw it in your arsenal. Put something under your air pumps. But guys, these air pumps are awesome. You can choose between the Q1, Q2, Q3. Great pumps, and what makes them super effective against their leading competitors like the Tetra Whisper pumps is that they have a dial to where you can turn down the air or turn it up. This is super important because there's times where you're using a deeper tank that you need to use more air, or just there's so many ways in which you can turn down the air, turn it up, so many reasons. I'm gonna quit blabbing. This is a great pump, guys. I promise you. Fluval, I'm a fanboy. I know I'm kind of biased on this one, but name me something Fluval hasn't made that's great. And actually, I can think of one thing right now, and it's their goldfish food. It's been hated on for quite some time. I actually have talked to some people at Fluval about it. They messaged me, you know, why doesn't our goldfish food sell? All right, I'm blabbing. Guys, these pumps are awesome. I'll throw a link in the description box. I would advise to get the Q2 because it's like the middle of the road pump. So, bleep. All right, so here's what the product packaging looks like. The Q2 calls out for 50 to 160 US gallons. And like said before, Ray, on her 75-gallon tank, she has 2 sponge filters and 1 18-inch air wand. And she doesn't even have it turned up all the way up. So guys, I'll throw a link in the description box to the Amazon page because people are posting videos of how powerful these look inside what tanks and how deep the tanks are. It's a great tool to use on the reviews posted there. Here's some pics. Here is it on a desk side view. Here is a top view. Guys, these are great pumps. Let me know if you have some in the comments. Let others know what you think of them. Link in the description box. Woo woo!